Welcome to Reigning Powers in the Evolving Years, prepared by Father and Son team, George and Dana Brown. Reigning Powers in the Evolving Years. I, Jacob, tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Genesis 49:1 and 10. The past unto the present. The sixth world kingdom reigned 2,897 years from King Solomon, 3095 from creation, unto 5992 from creation, which was the spring of 1988 A.D., unto when Shiloh, God's holy ark, came and entered the house of the thief. His house is now coming down. Okay, we have Genesis 49:1 and 10 again. Zechariah 5:4 says that God is going to bring it, the holy ark of the covenant, forth, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by God's name, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Daniel 4:30 and 31 describes the demise of the sixth kingdom in terms of King Nebuchadnezzar boasting of the might of his power, and then a voice from heaven comes saying that the kingdom is departed, it is finished. Daniel 5:25-28 continues describing the end of the sixth kingdom. The writing on the wall, God has numbered thy kingdom, the sixth kingdom, and given it to the seventh kingdom, a divided kingdom. The Christians and Muslims described as the Medes and Persians. Ezekiel 12:3-7 describes bringing forth the holy ark of the covenant. And Revelation 17:10-11 describes the sixth, seventh, and eighth kingdoms of the land of the north, this world under the left hand of God. Subsequently, after the reign of the sixth kingdom, the seventh kingdom, the two horns of Daniel's ram, Daniel 8:3-20, the two witnesses, Christianity and Islam, were then given the world scepter. Revelation 11:3-11 says that God is going to give power unto his two witnesses. Kings of the North. Kings of the North during the seventh kingdom. Daniel 11:1-4 and Revelation 17:10 and 11. Cyrus, the reigning monarch, is King of Kings under God's left, the north. So in the spring of 1988, the initial Cyrus of the seventh world kingdom was Ronald Reagan, number 1. And here's Ronald Reagan, who was given power over kings and power over nations. Then George H.W. Bush was king number 2. George H.W. Bush was also given power over kings and power over nations. He was ruler number 2 of the seventh world kingdom. Then William Jefferson Clinton, number 3. And here's William Jefferson Clinton, also given power over nations and power over kingdoms, as ruler number 3, Cyrus number 3, King of Kings. Then George W. Bush, number 4. Here's George W. Bush, the fourth king of Daniel 11:2, who was far richer than they all. George W. Bush, he spent money during his reign over the world. Then, in 2009, Barack Obama, number 5, took the world scepter. And here he is, King number 5, Barack Obama. He looks a little serious here. Will he clean up the mess George W. Bush left behind? Daniel 11:1-2 speaks of the initial 4 rulers. Daniel 11:3-4 continues on to speak of Cyrus, king number 5, who inherited a very broken, corrupted, evil kingdom. King of the South. Daniel 11:5 speaks of the King of the South, the eternal kingdom under God's right, who will be stronger in that the eternal kingdom offers eternal life, health, well-being, etc., whereas Cyrus is king of the north, king of God's left. And although given great powers, Isaiah 44 verse 28 and 45 verses 1-5, he is virtually helpless without the cooperation of the king of the south. Remember, speaking of the south, Isaiah says, "For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted." Isaiah 60 verse 12. It goes on, quote, "The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow down themselves at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel." Isaiah 60 verse 14. Joseph's dreams. As a youth, Joseph had 2 dreams that Jacob, Israel, Joseph's father, observed, that even he and Joseph's mother and his whole family would someday bow down and do obeisance unto Joseph. Genesis 37, 5-11. Joseph's prophetic dreams. Joseph eventually became ruler over all Egypt under Pharaoh. But Joseph's mother had died in childbirth with Benjamin when Joseph was only a few years old at best. Thus Joseph's dreams apparently had a more prophetic meaning as the eternal kingdom now forms. In other words, Joseph's mother died. She never did see Joseph as ruler of all Egypt. The Exodus. The modern exodus of the firstfruits from under God's left to under God's right has been ongoing since the spring of 1978 AD, 40 years before completion of the glorious solemn assembly, Micah 7:15. A critical point appears to be the year 2009 to 2010 AD, spring to spring, which represents a second Passover, Numbers 9, 10, and 11. The death of the firstborn. The first Passover in 2537 from creation brought death unto the firstborn of all the Egyptians, from Pharaoh's firstborn unto the firstborn of the captives in the prisons. Even the firstborn of Egyptian cattle died in the fields. Exodus 12:29-30. Pharaoh had a choice. Therefore, as Egypt prefigured this whole world, and Pharaoh represents the modern-day Cyrus, King of Kings, will the early Passover be repeated? Or will King Obama start making restitution for evils committed by the U.S. government on behalf of international organized crime? It was Pharaoh's refusal that brought the Passover on all Egypt, including his own family. Yes, Pharaoh indeed had a choice.